Hello everybody, this is Sergio and I'm here in Milan with Betty, Fabio and Luca. And after the interesting Learn at Lunch webinar about developing a mobile application in the Hyperware container that Andrea and Stefano hosted last week, here we are to share the most relevant news related to the Web Dynpro ABAP technology. So before a deep dive into the technology, let me introduce the project that we had the kickoff during the first day of April, and the go live just occurred a few days ago. The project goal was to replace the online store based on SAP ITS flow file technology that we built in 2002. So the reason of the project is simple and is related to the fact that the ITS flow file is no more supported by SAP ECC 6.0. That is the target release of the concurrent upgrade project we successfully completed during the long last weekend. So in the team related to this Web Dynpro part, in the team it has been a pleasure for me to work with Betty, Alsman, Fabio D'Amico and Luca Grilli. And now a couple of words about the architecture. So the solution architecture is the following: the public internet address, that is store.manuli-hydraulics.com, is basically hosted by an SAP web dispatcher that accepts HTTPS connections only. And this SAP web dispatcher is then directly connected to the SAP ECC message server to pick up the best suitable application server. Okay, so very simple. And the end user, so the web users, are defined with a very limited and, let's say, minimal profile in the SU01 transaction. And linked, so there is a relation between the user and linked to one or more customers. And this relation is maintained in a custom set of tables. So interesting to know is that the product catalog is retrieved daily from SAP MDM and cached in a specific set of custom tables, again, that are then the data source for the Web Dynpro we will see soon, and the related search helps. And at the end, the focus of this project is about sales orders that are posted into the system by customers. And so these sales orders are directly saved into ECC with a specific delivery block that prevents any further process like ATP or batch assignment or production order creation in this also make to order process. So the target community is limited. We are speaking about something like 100 of end users, and sales orders created via this web channel in any case represent more than 50% of the incoming orders for this customer. So okay, now before having a look, just let me anticipate some feedback that the customer reported to me, and in my notes there is something like, oh, it's simple, it's fast, it suggests like Google does, filters in the column of the tables look like Excel, and even the professional user are asking to use this transaction instead of the VA01, for example. Okay, so during the last date of the last phase of the project, we created some pages in Athena, the wiki, in order that you see on the screen. In Athena to document the specific techniques and everything we are going to say and to tell you during this webinar. I think it's already documented there, or maybe we can enhance for sure this page and work together on this material, I think. Okay, now I give back the micro to Luca Grilli, that will present something of interesting. I hope so. I'm sure.
Okay. Okay. Hi to all. Luca speaking. So with great pleasure, I show our last project. That is a web application, as said before from Sergio, based on SAP system ACC with enhanced Pack 6. As usual, our approach for the project has been the very tight adoption of agile methodology. But this time, for the first time, we use a new development pattern that was the mobile first. For us, this pattern is very important, and we have tested, since SAP doesn't support officially mobile devices, we have tested all user interface elements available from the bucket of the Web Dynpro for ABAP, testing the correctness of work on iPad tablet. And then I'll show you the look and feel. We adopted for the design of the user interface of this project a minimalist user interface design, following the spirit of the team style Corbu, which is the newest theme adopted from the Web Dynpro for ABAP. Corbu has been inspired to the guideline of Le Corbusier, nickname of Charles-Édouard Grilli, a Swiss designer born last century, pioneering studies of modern high design. So with the adoption of Corbu theme, we hereditate a fresh natural design with great compatibility with other design, generally when you need to integrate your web page into other portal, for example. This theme has natively large font and generous spaces from frame. So the readability is good. With this new theme, Corbu, and with the new Web Dynpro for ABAP framework adopted on ABAP Stack 7.31, we had also a wider support for browser, like Google Chrome, Safari for desktop and from iPad, with some small limitation. Internet Explorer and Firefox. First of all, generally there wasn't in the previous release so high compatibility with officially supported from SAP. And with the latest version, there is also, as I hope you can see, a new Web Dynpro specific for all the global setting for the other Web Dynpro. So SAP created a Web Dynpro where you can change a lot of behavior for the Web Dynpro for ABAP. Here, allow user agent tolerated as value means support also for Google Chrome, Safari and other. There are a lot of new features. This is not the webinar to expose you all the information here relevant, but I want to tell you with the guidelines. This theme, as Sergio suggested me, is a Corbu style. So light green, light gray, white, and here you set the style Corbu. Just a second, I refresh the page and I set change values. As you can see here, I can set Corbu and user interface guideline 2.0, that is the newest one. That means larger font, more spaces, and higher readability for the end user. This is very important for us. So I want to explain you our guideline used for the development of the user interface in particular. For example, one of all is the navigation pattern based with the button next to go deep in detail and back. So where possible we have avoided all pop-up. And this is very important because on a tablet, on mobile device, pop-up can not fit well all the informations. On the other hand, we have avoided as possible every information set in the tooltip, since as you can see, I can use an arrow on my desktop, but the arrow is not present on the iPad, for example. And we have avoided as possible all colored icons on buttons, and we have preferred a descriptive button just to be as clear of the functionality with end user. For sure, as usual, we have also avoided all long table scroll down using the paging of the table. All table generally can be exported in Excel format to access to the complete data, and the end user can navigate also through Excel. So I pass to the demo live. So I hope you can see. Just a second. Okay. Let me check the session is not expired. Wow. What happens? Better. Okay. I show you, for example, okay, I go through the standard catalog, the navigation through the catalog. We have a new element in Web Dynpro, this specific table. It seems crashed the Air server. I prepared this and obviously it worked well, but at the moment, okay, I show you from the browser. It's not a problem. So here we have a client table. This is a new element in Web Dynpro, and the developer can use instead of ALV table, the C table, that means a client table, and you can use this one when the speed is very relevant. As you can see here, we have 600 pages with a lot of materials, and I don't know the refresh on WebEx, but I can tell you it's very impressive, the response. Also with the mouse wheel, I can quickly navigate through the pages, and in few seconds the information appear on the screen. This is one of the features, so very fast table response. On the other hand, this table in this version at the moment doesn't support the export to Excel. But in our catalog to present products, it was enough to check and to search the product. On the other hand, we have added some functionality such as the autocomplete, so the suggested value that now can work very well. So I can type below here to search some product H, and the system automatically propose me, like Google, the matching on the product ID. Not only I can search also by description, hose, and filter on hoses. Okay. Other nice feature. Okay, then Sergio will go deeper in detail on this C table element. On the other hand, we have a new form layout. I show you. I need the right product. This one, for example, I hope. Okay, as you can see, this form layout is the newest in this release, and allow the correct alignment of all the input field. You can imagine to have like a press paper, a newspaper, 8 different columns, and you can set 1, 2, or 3 columns for the label and for the other values. In this way, all fields are always aligned. As you can see, this one, and is very quick. I hope to check. We have 2 different forms, but are always well aligned. This one for this one. This form layout so is newest. I can go back and show also another feature is the order field history. Field history is a nice feature when the browser remember my previously typed digit. So if I press 3, this fields has been previously edited by me. So it can be easily integrated in the Web Dynpro for ABAP. In basket management here we have a new feature, or at the moment I know and user can easily use a copy and paste for a mass edit on the table in the cart, as you can see here. Just a second, I restarted the PC and I need some column. Okay, so the idea is that end user loves Excel. So here I can simply copy, Ctrl C, and paste information directly on the web page without import any files. As you can see, is very quick to create and append in a table new rows. For sure, just to be aligned with the previous way to massively edit information, we have added here the pop-up, the onlyest pop-up in the web application to select a file and import the Excel. But copy and paste, we have tested the support a lot of rows, and is very, very quick. Another nice feature is the possibility to consider this table finally like really an Excel. So I can digit a quantity, press enter key, and switch directly on the row below. And this can increase a lot of the productivity for end user. I think I have presented you a lot of... okay. Okay, another feature is related to the ALV table on the Web Dynpro. End user can easily take a column and set the column in a newest position. So the sort of the column is one of the new feature that works very well across browser, and is very nice. On the other hand, I can filter also the information with auto-adaptive filter that ALV table create itself, and filter for example, schedule order, but we have not create any line of code to set these filters. I can status, for example, here is automatically alimented by the data relevant in the table we are showing. Another nice feature we had added is the table tree. Here to navigate through the hierarchy of the product catalog, and based on where I click, I filter all product relevant on the right node of the hierarchy. So here I have 5 pages, I go below 2 pages, and it's very quick. So I can add to cart and immediately have the possibility to go in the basket management. Okay, so we'll question at the end. I pass the microphone to Fabio that go deep in detail on technical stuff.
Okay. Hi everybody, Fabio speaking. And now I will show you how we can develop a couple of fantastic features about Web Dynpro table that Luca has just presented. In particular, the first functionality is on table paste. Just a moment. Okay. Okay, this is our Web Dynpro, and we have the first view that Luca has presented before, and this is the functionality, the copy and paste on. Okay. 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 I will show you the copy and paste of about 20 rows, and the functionality show you all the rows copy paste in a Web Dynpro table. Okay, And now I show you on the system how this action works. Okay, this is our Web Dynpro table. Okay, this is the table cart, and this is one of the 3 columns that where we have the action on table paste. All the 3 columns has this action. So in this action we have implemented a method. Okay, the method is unique because all the 3 in the 3 column we have the same functionality, and to create a new action of this field, just press the create button and type your name of the action. Okay, and just remember to flag transfer event parameter, because this it's important to have in the interface method the context element of the specific row that where you have selected to pass your content, and a table parameter that contains the data that you want to paste in the Web Dynpro table. So the content, okay, this is one of the 3 methods, and this is the interface of the method that we have the context element and the table where we have all the data. The content in this parameter is split in a matrix where you have the coordinates of the data, so the rows and the column where you need to put the specific data that you have copied from the Excel. And in this method we have checked the index of the row that you have selected to paste the data, and in this method we have split the content of the table to manage the 3 columns, the paste on these 3 columns. I have used one method to manage the paste with the 3 different behaviors, because in the first column you can paste data of the following columns, so the first, the second, and the third. But in the second column we paste only the second and the third content that we have selected on the Excel. So here there is only the specific case of the 3 column. So
So we receive the character data that we have to translate.
yeah, okay. So we have in our parameter table a structure with 3 fields, row and column, as integer, and the data are only the string. So if you need to put the data, specific data, like as number, or you need to make a specific conversion, like in this case, like a number, so we have used the format, the specific format that each user has in his attribute, and so on. Okay, the second functionality is the onEnter action. OnEnter action is an action on this input field, and in this action I use this action to set the focus of the same field of the following row. So is when I type one number in this column and then I press enter, the system set the focus of the same field, in this case quantity, but of the following row, so in this case the second row, and so on. We can set the focus of the following row, and then we set always the visible row, because we have in this case 20 rows and only 10 rows visible, so we scroll the table and set the focus on the row, the following row. Okay. On the system, this method has only one parameter, the VD event, so this is the event that Web Dynpro catch on the Web Dynpro table. When we get the index of the context of the row that we have selected, after this index we add obviously one more row, and then we set the focus using a standard method of the eye view. This is the method. This is our eye view, so this is the instance of this eye view, and we set the request focus on view element, passing the view element and our element, context element. In this case, the context element is the next field of the following row, and the view element is our view, so the v_cart 001. Okay. Last but not least, also the ABAP statement are improved, and now it's more similar at one object-oriented framework like Eclipse, because in ABAP editor now you can have a suggestion and autocomplete of the methods and the function modules interface. So only not only using an history of your digit as in the previous version, but in this case we can, for example, press Ctrl and space. The system suggests all the variables, method and instance attributes of the specific object that we have that we are modifying. So in this case, in our Web Dynpro, we have the VD assist element as a parameter, as global parameter, and we can choose all the method that this class has. So, for example, we get this method, and with another control space, we can autocomplete the method. In this case, I choose a method without parameters, so we try to this, and the system autocomplete the method with all importing and exporting parameter and so on. This functionality is working also for the function module, so we can select all the function modules inside the system. So in this case we can choose one of our function module, for example this, and we can autocomplete also the interface of the function module, and this is very smart. Okay. Now Sergio explain how to implement a kind of match code to suggest value on an input field.
Okay. here I am again. So I need first of all an example. Okay, so an example of this very complex view. That looks like this one. Okay, just an input field on the Web Dynpro. Now I can type 1, 2, 1. Okay, what I'm getting here is the standard search help results. So the results of the search help, and search help is simply defined here. So I can on for each attribute of the context. So we are in the Web Dynpro, in the context I get an attribute, and here for the attribute I can set a specific match code. Let's start with mat1. Then in the layout I need just to select this new couple of attributes, that is especially suggested values. So I'm activating the new suggested value engine. Then I turn off the standard match code feature, here this other flag, and about the suggested value I want to apply the prefix search, or you can select the contain search, the well-known CP star or star value star. Okay, so it's really simple. So the activation of this new search help is very simple, and the result is that now F5, and now instead of customer we have got the list of material from the standard search help. This works very fine. It's really immediate, and it works as a limitation only with dictionary search help, not with OVS, nor with the free programmed match code type. And so you can define a search help and simply have it working immediately on the Web Dynpro. Okay, as usual, the world is not so easy, and at times you need some custom coding. In the example related to the catalog. Okay. Here the point is that the list of materials. So I have created a dictionary search help customs because the list of material cannot be retrieved simply by the search help, because the list depends directly on the customer. So there is a specific list of material for each customer. That means I need a couple of fields. One is the material, and the other is the customer. But the point is that this great new feature collects So presents results, but is not able to access, since it's standard mesh code, it's not able to access the context of the Web Dynpro. So I cannot prepare any other attribute, and I can't expect that the search help will process it. The idea at this point is that I have in another way to prepare the data, no? And the data are so dynamic that are not even manageable by a standard search help. So here I activated a search help, then I created a search help that is ZOSS. Let's have a look what we have done. ZOSS. Okay, we created 3. For example, the description one. And you could expect to see a table, but indeed this is a search help with just one field, and it's completely programmed. It means all the logic is contained within this function module. Here. Function module has to be created according to a certain search help type that is always the same for all the search help in the system. And here the trick, which is the trick? The trick is this one. That is, we use it basically in the Web Dynpro. We have a class and we use it not an elegant solution, we know, but we use a public attribute. It's not only public, but it's also a static public attribute where the Web Dynpro stores the customer ID. And this is the way the mesh code now it's able to retrieve with the select all the material from a custom table. In the reality it's more than one table, but material according to the active sold to customer. Okay. This is the point to manage from this kind of search help to manage more than one information. In the reality, you can also use set and get parameter or other tricks that you can invent. I think the best practice is to use a static, let's say, method attribute of a class. Okay, then for the performance point of view, this join is run once per customer, because then it's saved the resulting list into table, global table. So we save in a global table defined in the top include, and we avoid to apply the second select from the database. Okay, so from the second time everything works in memory. And here then the other point, let me show you. So here the idea is to present not this one, okay, is to manage by description. By description, for example, we have a cup, and I want to search for cup, but also for female. Okay, but I don't want to care about mixed case, nor about the order of the words. And for me, blank represents a word, so I want also to search in this way. In order to apply this search, the standard CP, contains pattern operation, string operation of the ABAP is not enough, and that's why basically we receive this input, we split by word, we split by word, we prepare a table containing at the end, in this case we will have a table with 3 rows, one per word, separated by blank. Then Okay, we simply loop on the 6,000 of record. We loop searching for each record, searching for each word. And only in case all the 3 words will be found, the data will be moved into the output structure. So this is what we call the tokenized search. It is more powerful than the CP. At the end, after some nights that I spent, I discovered that the JavaScript that is behind this list applies some logic, and once the Web Dynpro receive less than 10 ints, so less than 10 rows of the results, the Web Dynpro JavaScript applies the logic locally, so it seems it doesn't work anymore, and that's why at the end we forced to have a list with more than 10 items, appending the famous Greek alphabetic characters to the end of the list until reaching at least 10 items. And the other trick is to prepare this list from the ABAP with no duplicated items, so it's very important to have no duplication, otherwise nothing works, and also it's important to have the list sorted. Everything is obviously not documented, discovered with some debug, and to close and to remember everything we saw, it's written in ABAP, and we can try now to shake up and expect the DR debugging tool. So we are looping against, in this case, this number of rows, and the tokenized sorted table contains this item. So I think you got the idea, and probably you can take the advantage from Athena to reuse the same idea in pieces of code, maybe optimize it and share it again. Okay, so we are for sure at the end. Now it's time for any comment, question. I just just open audio settings. Let me open the speaker here, and you can type. What we can do?
Star 97.
Moderate, would you like your participants to be able to unmute their own line by pressing all participants have been muted?
Unmuted, okay.
You will now rejoin the conference.
Okay. Okay, feedback?
Some feedback?
Question, feedback, comments. Luca is presenting everything from the iPad in the meanwhile, yes.
Hi Sergio,
Hi Alessandro.
Hi. I was asked if it is possible to use the suggestion also in a table or in a NP.
Yes, Luca is presenting from the iPad. Now let's have a look what happens in the table. Also from the iPad it's working.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, done. Already done. Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yes, and the customer indeed was really impressed by this feature. They never expected this feature, and they would like to have the same now in the SAP GUI, no? Because now it's clearly much better from this application working on their data that from the SAP GUI. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And you have to do nothing, just the context. You have to work just with the context. Yeah. Clearly presenting this data means that the client will open an HTTP request, so you can get you can imagine the request goes into the SICF. You can trace also it, and the ABAP there has to return few record possibly. It means the best, I think it's 11 records. So you can select from the database and then delete everything after row 11. Okay, 11 just in order that the JavaScript in any case will return to you, to the ABAP system, to ask for the next filter. No, running the query on the database, it's a problem. So each time you will type a character in the input field, you will get a new request on the Web Dynpro, on the ABAP on the server.
Other questions?
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'll show you the Corbo team on iPad.
Okay, so this the paste command in tabular format basically works without any coding, but in that case it works only in the visible rows, so it's not able to append new lines. You will see on the page 10 rows, and you can paste from Excel 10 rows. Fabio, in a single column. And instead, what Fabio explained us is how to paste basically each number of rows. Indeed, we coded a limit that is in this case set to 1,000 of row, because it's very easy for the end user create otherwise millions of rows. So it's better maybe to set in any case a limit. I think it's the best practice, and accept only 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 of rows, because they are then checked against the pricing, maybe against material, and you should avoid to kill the system. Okay, so everything, speaking about the code, is in Athena. The registration of the event, we hope it worked, and we'll share soon with you, so you can then inform colleagues.
Thank you all for your attendance.
Okay, have a nice day.
Have a nice day to all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Che